Look, this is crazy. Man, don't y'all smoke that shit. He just ride. Look. Man, this is crazy, man. I'm telling you. This fighting in traffic, bruh. Look. He needs somebody to spar with. I go spar with this. Look, this is crazy. He tired now.
Toby, and the light source is hitting the right side of his face. And I can't believe I'm about to say this. I never thought I would say this in my entire online career. But look closely at Tobey Maguire's dick. Look closely at Tobey Maguire's dick.
The funny thing about the negabands on the TV show is that they're actually meant to be a big callback to the OG version of Captain Marvel, the very first version, who was a man called Mar-Vell, who did appear during the Captain Marvel movie in the MCU, but he was played by Annette Bening, so they changed the character just a little bit. What? What the fuck? But he was played by Annette Bening, so they changed the character just a little bit.
God damn, Gary. Some serious gourmet shit. What flavor is this?
That's right, it's the all-hell medium roast private blend. Check out the Geek Grind Coffee Nerdrotic page for our other options like the Decadent, Feathers of Liberty, vanilla-infused flavored coffee. Or if you're looking for something darker, try the Dark Roast FNT blend of the Fellowship. You know what? Just buy all three. GeekGrindCoffee.com. Use discount code Nerdrotic. Huzzah!
Nerdrotic.com. Please subscribe.
Do you wanna take a life? Do you wanna cross that line? Because it's a long way back from hell.
Nerdrotic.com.
Thank you, you beautiful, beautiful people out there. How are you? I need to extend that still. That's what she said. Hi, welcome to the Nerdrotic Dinner. My name is Gary Bickler. I come to you from Nerdrotic.com and my mom's vagina. Yesterday was Father's Day, speaking of vaginas, and shout out to all those guys who smashed all that pussy and made kids. Woo! That's right. We're back from Dallas. Some of us are still there, actually. I think most of the Geeks and Gamers crew are still there. Bless them. I left last night after a wonderful dinner where Ryan Kinnell's order got fucked up. Big surprise, and it was hilarious. We'll get into all that, and we'll talk about the panel and all of you and the meetup. I'm still recovering, but I felt like I had to go live, but I'm exhausted, man. I'll be honest with you. I I boomered something like I boomered squared. It was awesome. So I was having a meeting before this live stream with my good friend John Cacozo and Chris Gore about our San Diego event that we're going to tease on Wednesday. And I had this link up on StreamYards and the meeting link, and I shared them the Nerdrotic Nooner link. And all of a sudden I start seeing people in the chat, and I freaking like kind of panicked and I pulled it down, but I didn't hit record. So nobody saw any. It didn't matter. All you would have heard was us talking about where we're going to do our thing, which we're not quite sure yet, or we'd tell you. But we're going to do a thing. We're doing a couple of things in two separate places that are very close to each other during Comic-Con. I doubt I'm, unless they lift their mask and vaccine policy, I'm not going inside. So, but we're going to do something outside. It'll be fun. And we'll tell you more about that on Wednesday. But yeah, so I abruptly ended the meeting thinking you guys like saw it. And I'm like, oh wait, I didn't hit record. Oh, that was ultimate boomer right there. So at least it's on brand, I guess. So yeah, we're gonna, I'm not gonna. The meetup was awesome, and we're gonna talk about that. But this is gonna also, we have Kenobi to talk about, and I was gonna kick back tonight and relax with Mrs. Nerdrotic and watch some anime. That's right, you weebs won me over. But Lord of the Rings decided to drop a cringe video today. And I want to shout out like a couple of channels, like 4, I think, who are doing great work in the Lord of the Rings sphere. All right. One of them is Disparu. If you're not subscribed to Disparu, please do so. Dude's awesome. It's been on Friday Night Tides. He'll be back. And another one is European Lore. That guy is just on it like a bulldog. I love that guy. Of course, there's Lady Gravemaster and my good friend George the Giant Slayer. So if you're into the Lord of the Rings stuff, those are 4 channels you definitely want to check out for sure. I'm sure the mods will be happy to share the links. Yeah, so that's my evening. I'm gonna go back to that. Thanks to everyone who watched the Kenobi video. Perry just did masterful work on that. I was when they showed it, was it David Carradine and with the part where she's choking, I lost my shit. That was funny. All right. But then there's also, I mean, it wasn't much, but I'm going to bring it up anyway, because, and not as it's related to me or Geeks and Gamers or any of the channels or Eric. The whole point of our panel at Dallas Expo was you, wasn't us. It was you. It was like, hey, do you want to get in this sphere? We'll tell you how we did it. I mean, we're like mid-level YouTubers at best in the grand scheme of things. And, I was just talking to Chris Gore about this. Before Comic-Con 2019, I did an entire stream, 3-hour stream on woke panels at Comic-Con. So we went over the whole guide to Comic-Con and we just broke down all the woke panels. 3 hours I did on that. But there wasn't one opposing view or even middle view or even neutral view, whatever you want to say. So one con decides to allow us to have a panel, and we thank them for the opportunity. And I think this is a good thing. A couple people got a little upset. Now, generally, it's not fans, right? So I think most fans understand that there are different points of view. And that's what fandom has always been about. What's poisoned fandom has been the corporate nature of it and them writing all of these identities to make themselves look better, so you don't look at the shady shit that they do. Nike started this a long time ago. Nike has slave labor making shoes, in my opinion. That's why they're like, look at how woke we are. Don't look at the 4-year-old girl chained to a table making your shoes. Well, Disney's doing the same shit. Warner Brothers, until I see different, doing the same shit. Universal kind of stays out of it for the most part, but they're woke too. They're all fucking woke. And they're woke because they think it's going to make them money and it shields them. So they're using identities. They're using you, trans person. They're using you, gay person. They're using you, person of color, to hide behind. And now they're getting called out on it. And, that's good. But a lot of us have been calling this shit out for a long time. A lot of people longer than I have. And we're just pointing out how we see the world, right? And this has become, opposing opinions have become such a dangerous thing that we all have to be silenced, which is what totalitarian regimes and authoritarian people want to fucking do, is just silence you. You are the empire. You are the establishment. You're not the rebel. You're not the rocker. You're a pussy. You're weak if you can't hear an opposing point of view. You don't see me making any video on any other YouTuber liking The Last Jedi, do you? You don't, because I don't care if you like The Last Jedi. I really don't. I think there is usually 1 million. There's a lot of people on YouTube at any point in time. I had the number in my head. I don't have it now. It's a lot. And there are channels with millions of subs I've never heard of, and they've never heard of me. And that's fine. That's fine. But for other channels to call us out, it's and especially when they say we're the liars, it's time to come correct. It's time to come correct, because what they're trying to do is silence you. And I'm sick to death of it. So these channels, I don't know why they're looking for clout over here. It's kind of a sad place to be if you're looking for clout over here. But they're dying for me and Jeremy and Eric July and all of you to talk about them, which I will not do. I will not mention them specifically. But when they try to come out and use our panel and say, well, nobody else is saying what they're saying. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. That's why we're here, because nobody in the establishment is saying what we're saying, what you're saying in the chat. And it might be a little shocking to you that the numbers of people who practice common sense are the majority. There's a lot of them out there, and they don't all love my channel or Jeremy's channel. That's fine. But calling for us to get deplatformed, fucking whatever. You're going to deplatform one of us, 10 more are going to come in and replace it. So good luck with that. Have fun with that. But the truth of the matter is, it's just another channel that couldn't find traction because they've been on the platform for 6 months and all of a sudden they don't have 100,000 subscribers and they think they deserve it because they're better. You know what? If you're better, be better. Go out there, do your stuff, make content, make your point, go out and make your videos explaining how Kenobi is a fucking masterpiece, and you'll get an audience if you actually resonate with somebody. Do it. Don't worry about us. We don't write that shit. But you know who does worry about us? Disney, Warner Brothers. Oh, they're worried. They're fucking worried. And they should be, because we are the paying customer. We are their fucking boss. And they have spent years pissing us off. And because they're so disconnected with the fandom that they paid a lot of money for, by the way, they're so fucking disconnected that they thought they were just on the right track. But they never bothered looking. They hired a bunch of middle management people who were straight out of freaking university, and they're activists now. How many creatives do you see with activist in their bio on Twitter, including all the Arquettes, or most of them? So yeah, and you know, again, they can make as many videos as they want about us. I could give a shit. It's not gotten them any traction. One guy is so obsessed with Jeremy, I'm pretty sure he just wants to have, hot, steamy sex with him. I'm sorry to report Jeremy's married, but sorry, Simps, but it's true. But like, yeah, when you're making 100 videos on Jeremy and Ryan and your channel hasn't gone anywhere in 5 years, might not be the route to go. Just saying. Just saying. Maybe you're not connecting with enough people. It's not our fault. But by all means, continue what you're doing. I admire your commitment to complacency. I guess there's something to be said for that. But the panel, sorry to report, massive success. There was a line. I couldn't believe how many people were there. You know, it wasn't the biggest room in the world, right? Because it was last minute. So we got the panel last minute. I don't know if he wants me to mention his name, but we'll just say one of Ryan's acquaintances hooked it up for us. When I saw that Kevin Smith canceled, I'm like, well, maybe there's something there. Maybe there's an opening. Let's have a panel. You guys saw, we were talking about it live. Like, hey, let's try, let's just ask. And they said, sure. And they were very happy with it, by the way. I'm, again, not sorry to report. And that's because of you guys. It was incredible. It was incredible. The meetup was insane. So we're going to have to work on our estimates of people showing up, because that place was way over capacity. It was freaking baking hot. They didn't have enough employees there. We were supposed to be on the roof. There was supposed to be shade. When we got there, I guess the shade blew away in a storm and they didn't bother to tell us. But they made it work. And to give them credit, the employees who were there were working their asses off and they were great. And everybody was great. So thank you, Gators. And thanks to Quarter Black Garrett and Mrs. Nerdrotic for hooking all that up, because they did the lion's share of the work. So thanks. And thanks for showing up, and for everyone I met. And I do have to, I have to apologize to Melanie Mack, who I invited to the event. And I think I saw her for like a nanosecond because it was just crowded. So hopefully I get to see her again. Sorry, Melanie. She was there. And Brittany Venti was there. And Eric July got like 10 feet into the place and couldn't move because he's Eric July. He's a rock star, literal rock star. Geeks and Gamers were great. Always, Steph and Krista, they're fucking fantastic. Saw Tugs. They were all there. Drunk 3PO. Shout out to Drunk 3PO for getting Gina Carano on the show. And yeah, I got to hang out with her a little bit yesterday, and that was cool as hell. And she's cool. She's about it. She's the real deal. So that was cool. It's always great to do these things because it really humbles you. And when you hear what everybody has to say, you guys have a lot to say. And one of the things you tell us is the same things we felt when we got here, which was, I felt like I was alone. I felt like I was taking crazy pills. Well, you're not. You're not alone. You're the majority. We just aren't the ones in power when it comes to pop culture right now, because it was largely abandoned. And there was a very, I won't say planned, but I will just say resolute. There was a lot of resolute people, woke, resolute people who were about taking over the industry. One thing they should have probably thought about was making things good. But I think that is antithetical to woke, by the way. I don't think there can be good woke entertainment. I think if there is certain messaging entertainment and it's good, it's just entertainment. Woke is just a label. That's all it is. And under woke, there is critical race theory, intersectional feminism, all kinds of fun stuff. Marxist ideals, collectivism, down with the hero, down with the patriarchy, because they are part of the old system, and white supremacy and racism instead of the individual. We're going to go over this with the Lord of the Rings video. It's never been accessible before, although, wow, when I went to the meetup, it didn't look like that fake ass Fed Patriot Front shit. It looked like Dallas, it looked like Texas, it looked like America, it looked like the world. All make shapes and sizes. That was great to see. That was great to see. saw people from my Discord there, which is taking on a life of its own. So shout out to you, by the way. Mila. Yeah, it was fucking awesome. I'm a little delirious. I'm a little exhausted because I'm not young like Eric July. I can't like start a comic company, rap, have a band, do 50 YouTube videos a day, and then go on the Blaze and maybe do a radio show. And I don't know, he's probably knitting on the side, impressionist painting. You know, I don't know what I don't think he sleeps. Whatever. Oh, and the dude can eat. By the way, so it was great meeting Eric July in person. Such a good guy, but holy shit. So he had a tomahawk steak. Thing was fucking this big. It was gone in a nanosecond. Just gone. I was like, holy shit. He's eating it off the bone. I love it. It was fucking awesome. It was hilarious. I got seriously the gayest, most petite steak ever. I didn't know what the hell I was ordering. I don't go to fancy restaurants like ever. So I got, I'm asking my wife, I'm like, what do I order here? I don't even know what to do. Like, I'm used to like plastic forks. That's me. Right. So I got like this Wagyu steak. It was good. You couldn't cook it well done though. So it was good. It was just small. And fucking expensive. Holy shit. But the restaurant, even though they fucked up Ryan's order, it was a good restaurant. It was really nice. So really nice. Yeah, it was a whirlwind. So we did the meetup on Thursday. I'm glad we did that first. That was a good idea. So we're following that plan for Vegas, by the way. And we got there early, and you guys were already there because you're fucking awesome. And I'll show it on Wednesday on the Wednesday noon. A lot of people brought some really cool stuff, so we're going to show it all off on Wednesday. I came in and I plugged in all my stuff and started the nooner. So it's not even plugged in right now, but. Yeah, and FNT. Sorry, it was late. So about an hour before the show, we're like, well, we're missing some cables. We can't use 3 cameras with like little 4-foot cables. So I had to run to Guitar Center, which thankfully had everything we needed, and then to Best Buy. And I had to daisy chain a bunch of stuff. So I spent hang on. It's my phone, sorry. I had to daisy chain a bunch of it was terrible. I took a picture of it on Twitter. It was horrible. But it eventually worked. So hopefully by, I would say, before retirement, I'll have this thing figured out and ironed out, But it ended up being a pretty damn good show. I was all worried about having to restart the stream at first, but the guys did a great job. Gina came on. Of course, we had Eric and Carrie Smith, who I met in person. One of the nicest people you will ever meet. Carrie Smith. The world does not deserve Carrie Smith. Yeah, it was crazy. And, maybe we'll get Gina back someday. We'll see. Availability. And there's a lot of stuff coming up, including Anime Matsuri, which is at the end of July. I know I'll be there. Quarter Black will be there. Jeremy will be there. Ryan will be there. Nick Ricade is going to be there. Eric July is going to be there. Yellow Flash is going to be there. I don't know if Yellow Flash is going to take part in a panel. I don't know about that, but he might be, his anonymous self might be around, and maybe Tug too. I don't know if he'll probably wear his mask. Probably wise at this point, considering the entire mainstream media is going after him. Hail Tug, by the way. It's been amazing watching what's happening at his channel. I'm so fucking happy for him. And you see what the difference is there to the ankle biters. You want to learn a lesson from an old man, you little shits. Tug is killing it right now. He's going to blow past me. I don't care. I'm happy for Tug. I've known Tug for years. I listened to Tug when I worked at Tesla. He'd be live streaming at lunch. talking about, you know, IDW and breaking down the fucking numbers of IDW. And I was listening to him when I was at my day job. So seeing him do well, he's got 2 great daughters, great family. I'm very happy for him, right? There's enough to go around. There's always going to be a bigger fish. So what? But if you see somebody like really cool make it, be inspired. That's really a good thing. It's a good thing. It doesn't take, don't be a pussy. Jesus. So I'm happy for Tug and Nick. Good people deserve good things. So let's see who's here. Then we're going to watch that Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings. And I'm doing this. I'm not doing this through OBS today. So we're just doing this through. Look at that. See, we're doing this through StreamYards. I'm sorry you missed it too, buddy. But we have a tour. That's Echo Base. Check out Echo Base Network. Nicholas Glenn and the coach. You want to hear my coach impression? Hi, everybody. This is Coach. I'm going to talk about Star Wars because we love Star Wars here at Echo Base Network. We like to celebrate Star Wars. There, thank you very much. Thank you. I'm not going to celebrate. Fuck Star Wars. Fuck Disney, Star Wars. Kenobi failing. I don't care how I said. I think it's the best thing possible to happen. It's absolutely the best possible thing to happen. It woke so many more people up. And after this, I don't know how many more people I don't know if Andor, Juan Solo is going to wake anybody else up. I'm not holding out that Juan Solo is going to save Star Wars by mumbling through an entire series. My name is Juan Solo. Kenobi failing. And yeah, I know there's one episode. It could make it totally great. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't care if the entire episode is Darth Vader dueling Kenobi and it's the baddest ass fucking lightsaber duel. Everything up to this has been shit. And by the way, we know Reva is going to make it to Luke and then like decide not to kill him and the spoilers are going to be right. It'll be something close to that because the spoilers have been pretty close so far. And the fact is that Disney Star Wars clearly does not like Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, the Skywalker saga, or anything about George Lucas's run. Disney and Kathleen Kennedy really thought that they could use this brand and take characters and use it as a platform to create their own shit and make it a platform. And they've totally, utterly failed at it. It has been diminishing returns. Kenobi is a flop. It's a giant fucking bomb of massive proportions. I don't care how many people they are. You know what? Show us the actual numbers, Disney Plus. I'm calling you out right now. Show us the actual fucking numbers that this is the most fucking watched thing, that tens of millions of people, 18 million people are watching this live. No, that's not happening. At best, they've got 1.5 million people watching us. That's a fucking shitty show. That's like your average HBO show about lesbians. Like that's not anything to be impressed by at all. And Disney stock is not doing well. They're not exactly gaining a bunch of subs. And there's a lot of reasons for this, but I think the main reason is they went woke and their stuff is shit. I don't think that's going out on a limb by saying their stuff is shit. People aren't watching it. Normies don't care anymore. And the prequel fans who you fucking disrespected with your very first line in The Force Awakens, now you're like, oh, we love the prequels. Ugh, fuck that. Lucasfilm is filled with a bunch of morons and really, really foul people. People who don't like you. Entitled fucks. That's what it's filled with. And Kathleen Kennedy, the most incompetent executive in the history of Hollywood. History. Only an incompetent executive would not put Han, Luke, and Leia in a scene together and then create this bullshit that we're seeing. I heard from Ryan and other people that they were going to go a different route with Kenobi, like a more logical route with the show. And it was Kathleen Kennedy who put the kibosh on that and thought we should bring back Darth Vader, fuck off the canon, because who gives a shit about the 50-year-olds? I guess us fucking old farts kind of matter. What these companies forget every single time is it's the hardcore fans that shepherd new ones in, not the companies. It's the fans. It's the word of mouth. It's something I witnessed at a comic shop for 10 fucking years. Sorry I bring it up, but there's always new people watching. And talking to fans every day. Fans make fans. Property is good. Get some fans, and then they plant the seeds. So that's what makes property valuable. Company comes in, pays a lot of money for property, pisses off everybody, and then attacks everybody who doesn't like it. Instead of looking in the mirror going, maybe we are doing something wrong. And I'll just say it was brought up multiple times that it seems like that Disney likes the division and thinks that, well, it's people talking about our stuff. There's no such thing as bad publicity. Horseshit. Bullshit. A divided audience. Do you see a divided audience with Top Gun Maverick? Nope. It's going to make $1 billion. It's going to be very, very profitable movie. It's going to pass up Doctor Strange after Spider-Man Homecoming. That is a bitch slap on Disney. 60-year-old Tom Cruise. Crazy Tom Cruise. Beat the shit out of woke Disney. And I couldn't be happier, to be honest with you. It's a movie that deserves it. If you haven't seen it, go see it. And we've managed to see a couple of good things this year, Northman. So I've been done with Disney, and no, I'm going to be here every step of the way. Every failure that a lot of us, royal we, have called out for years and predicted would happen years ago is happening now. It's all the dominoes are starting to fall, and it's hilarious at this point. Because there was a time where, like, let's be understanding. Maybe we can get them back in the middle. Maybe they'll understand that, we are paying customers too. And you know what they told us after like the 17th time telling us to fuck off? I think a lot of us have. It's like, all right, just burn. Just burn. I want to see Bob Chapek get fired. I want to see that whole board get fired. The woke on woke crime of him firing Rice, the head of TV. So I know it's a different TV, but while they're rolling out this, by the way, this is Bob Iger's baby, is Disney Plus. They fire the head of TV while there's a Marvel and a Disney or a Disney Star Wars property, a Disney Marvel property, sorry, and Disney Star Wars property on Disney Plus. And then replace the guy with his fucking assistant. Like, woo! God, that must have, like, I have no sympathy for Rice at all, but like, that's Hollywood. These are the people going, you little plebs, you need to stop being so bigoted, and you need to be more empathetic. Excuse me, I have to go stab the guy who gave me a job 20 years ago in the back. I'll be right back. Yeah, that's what they are. So I think just the synergy of it all has been great. And then, Gina going on her world tour and just packing places, hundreds of people going to see her, and her movie, her movie coming out at the same time. And just the fact that it got made is a victory, right? So I'll do a review of it at some point. I've only seen half of it, so because I've been at Dallas. Violent as hell, which is good. And I am a big Western fan. All right, I'm a big fan of the Western. I like all kinds of Westerns. So Outlaw Josie Wales is one of my favorite movies of all time. So we got the king here. It's good to see the king. It's good to be the king. What's up, king? We got Joe McLinnis. Hello. We got SJ. We got Hurley. What is this? Snortapoopus. Q Burr. I love how some of these names just roll off the tongue. Welcome. Shadow Chaser. You rule, Shadow Chaser. I can't possibly rule when you rule. There's my boy, Matt. What's up, Matt? Saw you at the meetup. It's great seeing you, buddy. I'll get down to your part of the state. Father Christopher Miller. What's up, buddy? It was great seeing you again. You're looking great. Father is the most savage Catholic father alive. I mean, he's still a godly man, but you could still be savage and a godly man at the same time. And he proves it every day. And thanks for being here because, I mean, I appreciate you trying, but my road to hell's been paved, brother. Long time ago. Lovecraft Arms. Hail. What's up? And GR. Alt-right drunk 3PL. Hitchhiker 42. Mo Fantasy. William M. Criblin. Red Dawn Wolverines. Sarah Palantir. That's part of the 6.7% female audience. Now, if I did a Johnny Depp video, I'd probably double it, but there's better people doing it than me. Moody Bot. What's up, Moody Bot? Hey, hail to the bots out there. Hail to all my bots. And John Joe Jr. You're a true gift. You're a true gift. And hail to you, Cloud Raven, War Raven Gaming. Hail to you, my good sir. You guys want to see a cringe Lord of the Rings video? Just dropped today. Let's see if it's ratioed, shall we? Let's see if it's ratioed. It's in my bookmarks and it's gonna. So Ryan has tabs. I have the longest bookmark tab ever. It takes about here. So I just started. I'll let you know when it's done scrolling. Still scrolling. This is every bookmark from 2018. I haven't gotten rid of one of them, just in case I need to reference them. Still scrolling. So I've got the mouse over the bottom arrow. It's scrolling on the portrait screen, by the way. Oh, it's done. It's done. There we go. This is transformative. I don't really give a flying fuck if I get dinged for this because I want you to see it. It's getting re-uploaded anyway, so it doesn't matter. I met this. Some people brought their children, and this little girl comes up and said, "You cuss too much." I said, "I'm sorry." Fuck. No, I'm just kidding. Are you ready? Are you ready? My nieces watch this too. My nieces watched, and I really should. Well, no, because I know my sister. She got foul mouth too. She's like a girl version of me, except way more organized and smarter. But my little sister, she's a firecracker, that one. But my nieces, if they're out there, hello. All right. This is oh, look, it's getting ratioed. Yes, I downvoted. Now remember, Disparu brought this up and he's correct. And what's weird, I want to preface this by this is an algorithm, so it's an estimate of the dislikes. With my Lord of the Rings content, it's really close. With my Marvel stuff, not so close. I'll just say if I had 1.6 thousand downvotes on a Marvel video, which I don't, or if I do, there's usually like 30,000 upvotes. So it's a pretty good ratio. It's double that. So if it's 1,000, if it says 1,000 downvotes, it's actually 2. With Lord of the Rings, if there's 1,000 downvotes, it's usually 1,200. I will say, at least with my content, I'm not saying this is a accurate measurement, but the fandom with Lord of the Rings is far more united than any other. So hail to you. They're just not having it. They are not having it. So bless your heart. You are the fucking best. But I know there's a lot of people fighting for Star Wars and Star Trek and Doctor Who, which I'll talk about again someday. There's a lot of news on that. So this is a trailer. The Earth needs more elf fans because there wasn't enough elf fans before Rings of Power, because Tolkien has never been accessible aside from being translated in over 50 countries and 60 dialects. One of the best-selling books of all time. Never been accessible. There's a little code on it that only white people know that you have to press in Elvish in certain dialects that only white people get to read the book. No other people than white people ever read Tolkien and pretended they were, you know what? I meant to get this on video and I didn't. Saw a guy dressed up as Captain America. And he happened to be a black guy. And I'm like, who's Captain America? When he walked by, I thought he was going to, and he's all Steve Rogers. I'm like, damn straight. And he kept walking. And he was an awesome looking Captain America. You know what kept him from doing that? Fucking nothing. That you got your imagination. So telling kids that, no, you can't see yourself in anything because that's a different color, that makes you the racist. That makes you a fucking shitty parent, if you're a parent, by the way, limiting your kid's imagination like that. People can be what they want. So I got no problem with anybody dressing up as an elf. Like, that's what it's supposed to be. There is just, in this specific story, Tolkien was very specific on what an elf looked like, and he was very specific about like what he wanted changed and what he didn't want changed. And Amazon has been manipulating this because Tolkien didn't want his shit changed. Okay. He just didn't. The scholars, the fucking experts out there, they're being disingenuous. They are lying to you. Now, it might not be politically correct what Tolkien wanted, but it's his fucking story. So now the third generation, who couldn't give a fuck, is just signing off on everything. That's why they waited for Christopher Tolkien to pass. But as far as cosplaying or pretending, I don't do it. Anybody can be a fan. You're absolutely right. Anybody can be a fan. But I want you to just look at this video and see if you see the contradiction. Let's take a look. Kids playing soccer. Sorry, football. I'm playing trumpet. Oh, no. He's bad at playing trumpet. Everybody's looking at him.
X, and then Y.
Oh, pay attention, you dreamer. And look at this. Sacrilege! Sacrilege! This is fucking Rings of Power shit on Tolkien. Fuck this shit. Oh, fuck. Oh!
Okay, honey, time for bed. Your pixies can wait till tomorrow.
They're elves.
See, that's cool. Tree bird. I like it. That's fine. But you see the contradiction yet? Let's keep going. Oh, there's your Amazon delivery putting mom and pops out of business. So he's getting ready because he's a super fan. Why couldn't his mom give him a ride? Why is she letting him ride the bus by himself like that? By the way, yes, Rings of Power is going to be in theaters. It's going to be in theaters. Okay. What they're really hoping for, by the way, is not anybody knowing shit. There will be a review embargo on this until like 24 hours before the show. Okay. I know what happens in the first 3 episodes. I don't have my notes with me. I'll just go off the top of my head. I'll let you know what happens. I'll let you know what happens after this. I'll let you know.
You know the feeling of finally finding your people? So do we. To all the fans who go deep, keep going. See where it takes you.
You want to embrace us now, huh?
Prime Video.
So, the massive global audience that they were looking for by making Lord of the Rings more diverse were already fans before your fucking show came out. You see the contradiction now? Already fans before your piece of shit show comes out. And by the way, I hope you're ready for the fan part, and it's not the superficial skin color or any of that shit. You better be ready for, I don't know, Galadriel going to Numenor. That's right. Sorry for the people who don't know. Galadriel does not go to fucking Numenor. But she does in this. And she meets with I'm going to get in the weeds a little bit. Numenorian kings believe there's 24, 25. Okay. There are 3 female queens. Okay. Because, Numenorians got a little progressive a little later on. It was for political reasons, but that's all right. They got a little progressive. What do you want to... Okay, I'm giving you one guess. Is it a male king or is it a female queen that Galadriel confronts in the place that she's not supposed to be? Of course you said female, but I'll give you one more. It's a queen regent, which they didn't have. Which means they're fucking around with the lore. So they're taking 3,000 years and they're compacting it in a few months, a couple weeks. Not really sure on the time frame yet, but it's not 3,000 years. And they are fucking with the lore. And Celeborn, Galadriel's husband, who she does separate from at some point, but not at the beginning of the Second Age, and is with her a lot because he's her husband. And who's actually a fighter and a warrior, which Galadriel is not. And if OneRing.net fucking posts one more time that quote about the Eye of the Commander, just remind them that Amazon does not have the rights to the book that quote is in. And that quote doesn't mean that anyway. And they're being disingenuous and Amazon's being disingenuous. They're all fucking being disingenuous. That's why they're getting ratioed to hell. So let's go down the comments real quick. So yes, Galadriel is going to Numenor and meeting a female queen regent where they're going to argue. They're going to argue just like Cersei and Daenerys. Cersei and Dany. There is a structure like Game of Thrones. I believe there's a map. Yeah. There's a Jon Snow-ish type of character. Yes. Bezos wanted his Game of Thrones and he's getting it. Now, is there going to be incest? Now, there is incest in Lord of the Rings. But again, Amazon doesn't have rights to that book. And it's kind of it's worse than no, I don't know if it's worse than Jamie and Cersei. They're tricked into it, so whatever. But there is, but it's like it's not often. There's nothing else. There's no I have heard that there's going to be a little bit of LGBTQ plus representation, which there isn't in any of the books. Now you'll hear experts go, well, maybe Tolkien. No, there isn't. That's the same shit as I brought up in my video. Well, maybe Galadriel has a big dick and balls. He never says she doesn't. So let's go down there we go. That is such a good first chat. Oh, liking that one. See, you guys are great. The Earth doesn't need more elf fans. It needs more Tolkien fans. Oh. Call me Kenneth. Good job. That's from 8 minutes ago. My heart shattered to pieces in despair when I saw the Lord of the Rings book with the Amazon promotional picture as the cover, as did mine. Laura Lord. Earth does not need more people buying things they could easily live without. Earth needs more people planting trees and escaping consumerism. So, okay. All right. As you're online on Google, Vanessa, yeah, thank you very much. Using up power that, by the way, it does not come from the wind or the sun. It comes from coal and us burning shit. So by all means, complain on the giant billion about fucking environmentalism. Marius Lonita says, I like the part with the product placement every 0.7 seconds. You can't get any more fake and corporate than this. Can't wait for people to tear this act of cultural vandalism apart this autumn. I'm just rolling down the comment section here. Amazon, we care about minorities. Also, Amazon, stop unionizing our warehouses, ungrateful minorities. It's a good point. I mean, fuck unions, but it's a good point. Don't work for Amazon. It's sad that these days we need to change Tolkien in order to make his works enjoyable for everyone. When I was a child, I didn't need elves or dwarves to look like me to be able to enjoy them. But when I was a child, people weren't as narcissistic and self-centered as they are today. Wow, you guys are, this is a smart fandom. I found my people 40 years ago. Fandom existed way before Amazon tried to monetize it. The Earth doesn't need more elf fans. It needs more Tolkien readers and people intelligent enough to enjoy a product, even if characters don't look exactly like them. Yeah, nothing against the little kid that's in the video, whatever. Of course, the disingenuous assholes will come after us for that. But yeah, there's more of these coming, by the way. So yeah, I got to get my notes down as far as like warning you what's happening in the next episodes. But the worst thing that I remember was Galadriel going to Numenor. And then I believe, I might be wrong on this one because I'm going off of like secondhand information here. So well, I'm going off a description, right? So I'm going off description. She sails back, and that's where she ends up on the raft with Harbrand, who's a human whose village gets wiped out by orcs. She promises to get revenge single-handedly, by the way. There's other people on the raft, but they die. She's not with Celeborn, by the way. There's a giant like sea monster that comes and attacks them, but they survive, and that's where all the other people killed except for her and Harbrand. And then she goes to Numenor. And then I think it's back after that. She's on the hunt for orcs. She's slaying orcs. She's got her big manly sword hilt and her dagger, and she's commanding. She's the Northern Commander. The Northern Commander. And not the ruler. See, it's the same bullshit as General Leia as opposed to Princess Leia. They think giving the female the male-ish title, because women can be generals, but you know what I mean. It's kind of like King Valkyrie. It's King Valkyrie. That's what it is. So you're taking a supreme female, like the greatest of the female elves, in Tolkien's words, and you're just making her another fucking dude. Why? Because apparently to Hollywood, only dudes matter. Apparently to Hollywood, only white male labels matter. That's why they have to, and BBC too, that's why they, instead of creating a new female character for the Doctor Who universe, they had to change the Doctor into a woman and completely destroy the fucking show. That's why they had to race and gender swap half the Marvel universe and completely destroy the MCU and turn it into the MCU. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with Star Trek. We're totally used to that stuff. But it wasn't enough. They had to like put January 6th in Strange New Worlds, which is boring shit, by the way. Oh, wow. They made a linear TV show that was somewhat competent in moments after 8 years in Star Trek. It still sucks. Too late. And we've been attacking fans for years. And all of a sudden they want to be our buddy. The Earth needs more fans. Oh, you want to be our buddy now. You want fandom to be happy? Stop vandalizing and destroying the shit we love. Make something good. Yes, the model is Cobra Kai. The model is Top Gun Maverick. The model is Ash versus Evil Dead. Great show. That's your model. That's how you pay homage to legacy characters, by introducing new characters that are likable and believable as people. Not Riva. Oh my God. That 5th episode was so fucking bad of Kenobi. It was so bad. I haven't checked Rotten Tomatoes in a couple days. We will. But that's, I'm going to do a video on this. I got some more stuff to talk about in Lord of the Rings front as well. Oh, I'm so far from done with that shit. We are just getting started. As the Carpenters say, we've only just begun. That was a good comment section. Let's get to you guys. General Soul. It's TSO, so I'm gonna say it. Soul. 7 Colbert Show members have been arrested for illegally being in the U.S. Capitol. I hope they're held without bail for a year. It'd only be fair. No bail, no trial. January 6th was a dust up. Was a fucking dust up. They were let in. The only person who died was Ashley Babbitt. She was shot by a cop who they have protected. Meanwhile, the Summer of Love, billions of dollars of damage, multiple people dead, political assassinations, and the ramifications are still being felt with supply chain delays, thousands of businesses lost because people after COVID saw riots and went, fuck this. I'm not going to go pay thousands of dollars a month in insurance to go downtown to have some jackass go, it's just property, and they got insurance. That Those are the words of the simple, okay? If you understand anything, go ask anybody who survived some of the fires in Northern California back in 2017, the Santa Rosa fire. Ask them how quickly the insurance came in to pay for their homes. The answer is not very quickly, and some of them didn't get paid because insurance companies can only pay so much until they go out of business, and then they don't pay anybody. So it's a crapshoot. Insurance won't pay for it all the time. It usually ends businesses, and particularly in urban areas, you're destroying businesses of color and using your shitty ass terminology. Dust up. It's a fucking dust up. And if that's all they've got, then it's going to be it's going to Tuesday, Bloody Tuesday. That's what it's going to be. Mo Zamboni for $55. Thank you very much. Okay. It's Hale. Thanks all for being so entertaining week after week. I am now officially part of the rebellion. Just told my client I refuse to work on any more of the identity politics CRT nonsense anymore. Gonna YouTube it up. Throw your subs to the Dapper Dork. There you go. On the donation side, we have Low Watermark for $50. Hail Low Watermark. Something I always try to hit. I'm glad you're home. Love you, Gary. I love you too. Thanks, buddy. I'm glad to be home too. Getting back to work. Oh, I can't wait to get back to it. You know what's funny is that like us creators will sit around and we're all like, this is fun, but I can't wait to go home and make videos. We all say it. Like, the best part of this though is like, this is why every month for the next starting with this meetup, I'm doing something every month because I want to. I wish I could do this for a year straight. So we have I have 4 appearances planned. I can't speak for Geeks and Gamers for San Diego. It's going to be tough for them because where they are. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to commit anybody to anything. But most of the time we are going to do stuff together because I would rather hang out with them and do stuff with them and see the geeks, because I love the Geeks and Gamers crowd. I fucking love their audience, and we share a ton, but I mean, they're brilliant people. So I'd rather just do stuff together. San Diego, I don't know. I mean, I also have some personal business to take. I got to go see my mom, got to do some, and we still have stuff in San Francisco. We still have a storage facility with stuff that we have to get out. So that's why I'm going to San Diego. But Vegas is definitely, it's Friday Night Tights. That's a Friday Night Tights meetup. So that is a Nerdrotic Geeks and Gamers production. And that's going to be like a big one because I like Vegas a lot, and and it's weird because I don't gamble or drink, but I have a good time there all the time. We'll go golf and do stupid shit, but that one's going to be the real deal. That's 17th through the 20th of August. And the event will be at the Millennium Fandom Bar on the Wednesday, the 17th. Why Wednesday? Well, that was the one day we could get the bar to ourselves without dealing with any stupidness. Hey, you live, you learn. I'm always, unfortunately, not disappointed by how low people will go. So, just got to prepare for it. That's all you can do. So 17th through the 20th, 21st, if you want to stay, I'll probably stay into the 21st, in Las Vegas, lovely Las Vegas in August. Of course, there's the meetup, which is in Orlando. Geeks and Gamers putting that one together, but so am I. I'm part of it too. And that's on October 30th. And of course, I'll be at San Diego Comic-Con, which I got to double check the dates. I'll have all the dates on the community section on the website and all that good stuff. But it was July 14th through 17th. 14th through 17th. Not very far away, like a month. So I'll be in San Diego in a month. And then the month after that, I'll be in Las Vegas. Then we're taking a month off. Then at the end of October, we'll be in Orlando. Are there other things that we're planning? Yes, absolutely. Oh, and then there's Anime Matsuri. Sorry. That's the week after Comic-Con. So that's in July. That's in Houston. And that will be 29th, 30th, and 31st of July. Again, all the dates will be in order on the community section soon. As the Imperium Guard says, is that what it's called, by the way? Is it the fucking Imperius? This Trans-American building in San Francisco. Says one of us falls, then more. Oh, okay, sorry. Shall take our place. Says Rez. I'm going to mess up your name. Raz Lazru? Sorry. Yeah, or like Hydra. I mean, I guess probably not a very good analogy. Yours is probably better. But Hydra. Yeah, or Spartacus. We're all Spartacus. We're all Spartacus. You know, somebody did lose something this week, something dear to them, and I wanted to acknowledge it. F's in the chat for the Quarterings beard. F's in the chat for the Quarterings beard, who for some reason said, if you order a bunch of coffee from me, I'll shave my beard. Okay. There we go. No way. No way. Like I said, I'll shave something, but not my beard. For Geek Grind Coffee, it's pretty good. You don't need me to shave my beard to enjoy some coffee. Or you can enjoy some coffee brand coffee or Krigler coffee. As I said to Jeremy from the Quartering, the more coffee in the world, the better. There ain't no coffee wars. I'm cool. I'm good. Gen X Dad for $20. Hail Gen X Dad. Gary, loved the streams from the meetup. Hope to catch up with you all in San Diego. The carne asadas are on me, brother. Oh, I'm taking you up on that. I am dying for a carne asada burrito. So let's do it. Thanks for the $20. Let's do it. Get some horchata, some hot carrots. Yeah. Offer Nave for $10 says, Gary, check out Angela McCardia on Timcast tonight. Okay. I usually catch like about an hour of Timcast every night. The new chair of the Libertarian Party, and friends with Michael Malice and Zuby. Oh, that's good. Is the Libertarian Party not being a bunch of fucking idiots right now? Because that'd be nice. It's going to be special. I will check it out. Because if they want to be libertarians, then I'm always going to be independent, but that's what I lean. Is kind of anarchist libertarian. I'm not, I don't like establishment. I've never been about establishment. Lifelong anti-establishment. It was Alex Stein, fucking legend. What he did to Crenshaw needed to be done. It took massive balls of steel. I couldn't have done that. And he was fucking hilarious. Eye Patch McCain. I was laughing my ass off with that. And then, like a beast, he showed up in Dallas and hung out with us in a lobby at the Sheraton, which was funny. Hose a Contra Raz for $3 says, any chance you can do mini meetups around the San Antonio area? Yeah, definitely, for sure. They have a couple of Comic Cons around the area. Yes, I absolutely will. We're thinking about doing something local here, like around Christmas. Around Christmas. And there's I gotta go over here now. Freaking YouTube. Oh yeah, Miss Marvel bombed. Miss Marvel bombed after all the 5s and 10s of shills came out and said it was just fabulous. It was great. Best Marvel product ever. 775,000 people. Again, mid-level YouTuber. More people watched my Kenobi video, my first one, than that fucking show. More people watched the first hour of a Critical Drinker video than that fucking show. And yeah, I haven't pounced on it because I've seen it and I'll talk about it eventually. But it's for 14-year-old Pakistani girls. That's what it's for. It's for Sana Amanat, as said. It's for Sana Amanat. It's a self-insert. It's cringe. It's boring. And it's meaningless. And it's the dumbing down and watering down of the MCU. Your boy Zach put it best in his video today. It's they're shooting for a bigger audience in a shrinking market, which I thought was clever, very clever. Which is true, which is very true. But then in the same video, he called out Geek YouTube. It's like, bruh, you are Geek YouTube. You are Geek YouTube. I think Zach spends a little too much. I love your boy Zach, by the way. I think he spends too much time alone. It's good to have people in that. My wife is great because she's just fucking great. But you know what other purpose friends serve, a wife serves, aside from having your back and loving you, is keeping you from sounding like a complete fucking idiot. Now, doesn't always work. Okay, we all sound like complete fucking idiots. But we can dial it back a little bit by bouncing a couple of things off of people we trust, and they go, I wouldn't roll with that. Sounds pretty stupid. I think Zach misses that in his life. A dog can't really answer the question. So if you spend a lot of time in solitude, which I have done, okay, I'm guilty as charged with this. A lot of your ideas sound fucking great, and it's just good to bounce them off. This is where I've made a ton of mistakes at the comic shop, is I was spending a lot of time in solitude, and I became kind of, I even developed, I don't know if the term is right, but this is what I termed it for myself, not being a psychologist. I called it narcissism by proxy. So I was just like, I believe all my own shit because I'm the only one really talking about it and thinking about it, and it sounds great. And it wasn't. It was actually opposite of great a lot of the time. Because it's good to bounce things off people. It just is. Or, trial, error, learn from error, don't repeat it. Eddie Rodriguez for $5. Thank you, Eddie Rodriguez. When you get to Orlando, the Puerto Rican food is on me, dude. Oh, I'm there for that too. I love Puerto Rico. Been there twice. Love it. If you've never had it, I have. I'm here to introduce you to some good stuff. Cheers. I would love to have I went to the touristy places, so I don't know if I've had the proper food, but I spent a couple days on that island. It was awesome. Something for the normies for $49.99. Says, hey, Gary, was a pleasure to finally meet you and shake your hand. The pleasure was all mine. At the Dallas meetup, you and the rest of the FNT crew are very cool and hospitable, and the community you've built are very welcome. Congratulations on all your success. The community, the fellowship. There's two reasons I use that word. Obviously, Lord of the Rings, but it's also a term we use in recovery. It's a fellowship. Because a community sounds like allies, a fellowship sounds like friends. Plus, community is like a commie word. I don't mind if you use it; it's fine, whatever. But I don't, because I like the word fellowship. It sounds a little kinder, a little more real. And I mean, we've built it, right? Like I cannot take credit for that. You guys get all the credit. The best part. This is going to sound cheesy. I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck. The best part was like when my Discord peeps came up, and I'm like barely in my Discord, like ever. I think I posted there today for the first time in weeks. But they're like, no, we're having fun. We're doing our own thing. That's what it's there for, right? And friendships were being made at these meetups, or were made, and people were seeing each other for the first time, and they were going off and doing their own thing. That's what it's there for. That's what it's there for. So I love it when, and I know some of the people have already done this. They've done meetups like have nothing to do with us. And please keep doing that. That's the best part. That's why I stay out of the nonsense for the most part. Right. A year ago, a bunch of fucking shit happened. I could have said something. I mean, no skin off my back. I got truth on my side all day long. But I didn't. And the reason I didn't was not for me, because I'll pop off. I don't give a shit. I understand that, like, I'll give Campy a shit once in a while, but I won't rail on the guy all the time. I respect the fact that he had Robert Meyer Burnett's back, and I respect his game, like tons of respect for his game. Plus, I know we share subs. Like, I know people watch him and watch me and might watch somebody else. So the last thing I want is people in the chat fighting with each other. That's fucking the companies win. That's when the companies win. That's when the true enemy wins. And yes, the companies are our enemy right now. I didn't write that story. They did. They're the ones who came out and called their paying customers racist and white supremacists, employees from these companies and the companies themselves. And they proved what they were when they fired somebody like Gina Carano, but kept Pablo Hidalgo, Pedro Pascal, and we could go down the list on all the people they kept. But when somebody stepped out of line, the little lady stepped out of line and didn't do what she was told to do, then they fired her. And then she made Disney look like a bunch of bitches. The bitches they are. That's why I stay out of it. There's people who just want chaos, want you guys fighting all the time. I'm not going to be a part of it. And if it means I take a couple lumps, oh well, I can handle it. Like I said, back then, we sling a lot of shit. We need to be able to take it. Unpopular movie reviews for $5. I recently scored on Operation Ivy Vinyl at Lose Records. Just wanted to make sure that everyone had heard. I fucking love Lose Records. So Lose Records is a testament to vinyl. That's the place I shop. That's where I got all my punk rock 45s and records when I was a kid, and it's still around. It survived everything because it had a really basic model. The guy who runs the shop loves music, all kinds of music. Never stopped selling vinyl, never stopped selling cassettes, Never stopped selling physical media. Got to the movie thing a little bit, but he's always been there. And Lou's is still there. It's in Leucadia, California. I recommend you go see it. You'll find some good vinyl there. And that's what a comic shop should be, basically. Just never forget what you are, a comic shop. Don't need to sell new comics. Nope. Just sell back issues. You'll be fine. Love Lou's records, man. I'll tell you right now, only store I never stole from. I had too much respect for Lou. Never stole a fucking thing from that store. Gave that man money. Back in my, Rob, shitty days. Philip Lesbats for €20. Watching the Orville season 3. So far, so good. New Star Trek show sucks balls. You're right. I've only seen the first 2 episodes of the Orville, and I'm very happy with it. I haven't seen the third. I'm going to watch the third probably tonight. I will eventually do a review. I mean, I genuinely like the show. Wish Seth would have dialed back on the political rhetoric on Twitter. But he didn't. It cost him viewers. It did. That's a fact. Wish he was more like his producer, Tom Constantino, who just talks about the show. Tom Constantino. And Seth, listen, I don't mind that he has his views. He can have his views. I disagree, but he can have his views. I respect Seth MacFarlane. Had a chat with him once. I'm sure he wouldn't agree with what I've said lately, but I don't care. Tom just talks about the show. And that's what I would recommend you do. If you work for a show, a company, and that show is meant to entertain as many people as possible, then talk about your show. You want to get your political yah-yahs out, bitch about it to your friends. Don't do it on Twitter. It costs you money. And you're there to make money. Wyatt Earp for $5. Hey, Gary, do you plan on doing a video discussing Better Call Saul after the final season ends? The show is phenomenal. Yes, when it's all over. I'm a little behind on it now, but I'm going to catch up so I can mainly talk about it with Mahler behind the scenes because that's what we do. But yes, I'll do a video because it's a fucking great show. And the fact that Perry put a Better Call Saul callback in my video made me so happy. It's like he knows me or something. Mr. Grant Gregory for 1,000 Martian pesos. And I know what you do, Mr. Grant Gregory, because you told me. As prophesized, beast hath woken. Its hate big enough, it would greet us with a smile. A bald demon will twist our world, change our words, call us a name for daring to remember how it was. Gary was right all along. Hail and thanks for being on my show. You're welcome. I don't know if that's out yet, but let me know when it comes out and I'll share it. I mean, we were right. Might have gotten some little details wrong, but I mean, it wasn't rocket science. It's like, wow, this woke stuff really sucks. It can only last for so long. And, well, it just took the economic downturn for the investor money to dry up, for the companies to start going, maybe we shouldn't be woke anymore. It was all extortion anyway. That's all it was. All extortion anyway. And you're seeing all this garbage out there of like, oh, we're dangerous times. People are speaking their minds. We cannot have that. Silence them all. I'd say it's the death throes of a movement that is over. It's over. It takes time for these things to be over. I mean, disco was over before we saw the last release of a disco album or a film. Things are over. Metallica was over when the Black Album came out. It's their best-selling album. But they were over the minute that thing came out. Now they still run out there and fill stadiums based on everything that came out before the Black Album. Death Magnetic's pretty good, but like seriously, I was listening to Ozzy's Boneyard. Sorry to go off on this, but like the dude on Ozzy's Boneyard thought like playing Saint Anger was a good idea. Like, oh, fuck. I mean, I'm trying to think of bad albums. I don't listen to very many bad albums. Saint Anger's got to be the worst album a band has ever put out. It is fucking shit. Darius Harvey, thank you for the $49.99. Nothing to say. I didn't start the fire. Just here to watch it burn and maybe toast some corn on the cob, says Justin White for $5. Yep. That's most of us. Okay. We didn't start this shit. We're just here to finish it. So I said, oh my God, at the end of my Rise of Skywalker review, I said, Disney didn't start Star Wars, but they sure as hell are going to finish it. They're going to destroy it. Fizenthorpe for $10 says, someone in your chat said this months ago, I agree. When it comes to our beloved franchises, these corporations are the poachers and we are the conservationists. Oh, that's a good one. Who said that? Who said that? Take credit. Well said. Hail Gary, Star Wars ended in 1983. Star Trek ended in 1991. Doctor Who ended in 2017, says A Sticks for $4.99. I agree. A little applause for that one. I totally agree. Oh my, you guys. Big Raj, thank you for the thumbs up for the $1.99 Canadian. I appreciate it. Chef Nick Zero for $4.99. Awesome going to this to stream the show while I make my wife and I dinner. Oh, I hope you enjoyed dinner. Hope it was lovely. Love me some nooner. There you go. Everybody loves a nooner. And a nooner can be at any time of the day. Am I right, ladies and dudes? Any time of the day. Valiant Thor for $19.99. Hail Nerdrotic and hail the Orville. Hail the Orville so far. Big Worm for $10 says, hi all, FYI, Disney released a movie focusing on a two-mom family on Father's Day weekend. Weird. Also, F Disney Star Wars, F Kurtzman Trek, Those Strange New Worlds is serviceable. Live long and prosper. Live long and prosper. Are you going to put up with serviceable after they've, dude, I know I did that on purpose. They're talking about the man who fell to earth. And they just called, they're like, oh, we got so much, Sonequa Martin Green got so much hate email. They're like riding the Star Wars racist fan train to get attention. Serviceable or not, nobody's talking about Strange New Worlds, and it's far too expensive to live beyond a couple of seasons. The Kurtzman train is running out soon, I would imagine, unless Paramount just likes losing money. I don't know. But nobody's watching about it. Nobody's watching it. Nobody's talking about it. It never trends. You know, like Grace Randolph said, Miss Marvel never trends. Yeah, because nobody's watching it. Nobody's watching it. So a bunch of critics go out and are afraid to criticize it because they're afraid to get canceled. And again, I promise you, no later than June of next year, I will tell you jaw-dropping information about that show. Jaw-dropping. I just can't right now. I wish I could. But it's funny. It's fucking, all it is funny. You see all these people going, oh my God, it's just so powerful. Pakistani women can feel seen thanks to Kevin Feige. He should be a god. He should be a deity, Kevin Feige. Talked to a lot of people this week. Got confirmation on something like we already knew. Kathleen Kennedy has the thinnest skin in Hollywood. Like, oh yeah, all that shit, it gets to her. It really does. So keep it up. Because it bothers the shit out of her. Well, the most powerful female executive in Hollywood gets butt hurt all the time. Doesn't make her very powerful, does it? I also like Westerns. Says Kenneth Dowling for $10. Val Kilmer was great, all time great in Tombstone. He should have been nominated for an Oscar. I agree. I'm writing a Western myself. Have a great day. Good. I don't know if you're getting, you didn't mention it, but Razorfist did a great video on Westerns. Everybody, after this live stream, go watch it. It's really, I love it when he does stuff like that. When he breaks down like what's good, you know. Hi, Nerdrotic. Wanted to support your program. Thank you. Have you watched The Boys yet? No. My favorite superhero so far. My favorite superhero show so far. On Kenobi, the flashback scenes with Anakin Kenobi are the only thing in the show that's good. Vader beating Reva is good too. I didn't the flashback scene. I mean, I understand. Thank you for the $20, Kenneth. If you're a prequel fan, I guess. I think they could have de-aged Hayden quite a bit because he looked like a fucking 40-year-old, a middle-aged 40-year-old or a middle-aged 19-year-old or a teenage 40-year-old. Reva fighting Vader. That's the kind of stuff we wanted to see, but like Vader pulling down fucking ships with the Force, and okay, why didn't he just block the Emperor's lightning and then Force push him instead of like dying? You know, he's a little too OP now, right? See that the impact of that's kind of a callback to kind of as far as I know. I haven't read all the EU books and stuff, but I've read Dark Empire where Luke is just he's master fucking Jedi, pulls down a fucking Star Destroyer, like that kind of shit. The kind of stuff we wanted to see from Luke, not, drinking soy titty milk and being a bitch. Yeah. But that was the chosen one, the real chosen one doing it. Not, I thought the fight with Reva and Darth Vader was better than Kenobi and Darth Vader, but the directing in the show is awful. It's terrible. Deborah Chow just ruined her career. Like no joke, should have never have taken the series, should have just like gone and done movies where she would have had more help. But it's clear as day that Jon Favreau wasn't there for her. And we're seeing the television director, Deborah Chow, directing what looked like, this might as well be a fucking soap opera. It's bad. It is bad. The acting is bad. The directing is bad. The editing is worse. Some of the worst editing I've ever seen. And where is the fucking Star Wars music? Where's the Imperial March? Why are you not playing the Imperial March? If that was a creative decision, because people keep asking about it. They're like, do they not have the rights? I'm like, well, you think they would. And the answer is they're dumb. They're dumb as fuck. They want to use just their chamber music, whatever the fuck it is, their crappy fucking soundtrack. And it's because it's just a product to them. They don't give a shit. They don't care. Every time, I don't care how overplayed it is. Every time Darth Vader fucking gets on the screen, you start that Imperial March. It's not going to get old to Star Wars fans. We listen to it. Believe me. Believe me. We listen to it over and over and over again, like pure autism, over and over again. I could listen to it over and over again now. I learned how to play it on the bass. Great meeting you at Gators. See you at Anime Matsuri. Hail and rock and roll. Loco Miguel for 200 Japanese yen. Thank you very much. And I can't wait to see you at Anime Matsuri. That'll be fun. That'll be interesting. Jeremy will be there as well. That is for show. But thank you, Kenneth Dowling, for the $30 total. Reven, sorry, my bad, for $30. What do you think of the latest season of the Orville? I'm struggling to get into it. Seems really uneven and uninspired. Anime recommendations for you, Death Parade. Thank you. I'm an Orville fan, right? So I really like the first 2 seasons. So I'm invested in these characters. If you are not a big fan and you're not invested in these characters, I can completely understand you thinking the first episode was slow. I didn't, because I loved Identity Part 1 and 2, and that was basically an epilogue to it. This is the problem they face taking 3 years to do the shows. 3 years. Now it's COVID. It would have been 2 if it wasn't for COVID. But they also got a bunch of extra money to make things better. So I think it builds up. It's very similar to season 1. Season 1 had a bit of a slow start, and then it really got going. Because it's episodic. I thought it was an interesting move to go with like an anti-suicide or suicide message in the first episode with a robot, but I thought it was cool, interesting. The second one it's setting up something. That's what I feel it's doing. I would say stick with it, but if it doesn't get going like after 5 or 6 episodes, then yeah, you're probably going to bail out. That's a lot. That's a lot to invest in. That's what happens when you wait 3 years. I don't care how good your show is. Even Game of Thrones, man, like waiting 2 years was too long. And that's what's going to happen with Rings of Power. They were planning on coming out with a season every year. They're not going to be able to do it because they're not experienced. They're not experienced enough. So it's going to be 2 years for season 2, and then it's going to die out. Remember Westworld? Anybody remember Westworld in the audience out there? Did you know that Westworld season 4 premieres in 6 days? Bet you a lot of you didn't know. Because they've come out with exactly one fucking trailer after waiting 2 years in between all seasons that sucked balls after season 1. I would say the best way to enjoy Westworld on HBO is watch season 1, which is fucking great, and don't watch another second of it. Just end right there and let your imagination do the rest. And they're like, no, it's woke, it's shit. I love the chat. Yeah. Westworld season 1 they started filming that in 2013. That's right. 2013. That's 10 years ago. We're going to live in a different world. I stand by Westworld season 1. One of the best fucking first seasons of television I've ever seen. And I own it. And I'd probably watch it again, but I just wouldn't watch the rest. Because I think it ends in a really good place. I don't think they ever should have answered it. I think Dolores becoming sentient, and you just keep guessing, and you can go a million different ways. Now, it's obvious that everybody is a robot, but there might be some living people in the robots. That's what it's going to end up being. It's a simulation. I'm sticking with simulation. Oh, but they took the Man in Black, which was a fucking great character, and like cut his balls off. And Critical Drinker did the definitive video on like why Westworld. And what sucks is like I was into that show, man. I was like, ooh, this is the heir apparent to Game of Thrones. This is good. But it was really on that dividing line of uber woke Hollywood, right? So all the stuff that came out before, like Legion, season 1, arguably Umbrella Academy season 1, Altered Carbon season 1, Westworld season 1. These all had like not perfect, but entertaining first seasons that weren't bad, beating you over the head with identity politics. Then, they all took a year or two in between. Trump gets elected, Hollywood, which has always been woke, goes nuts and decides to just burn all the capital they've ever had, stop pretending, pull masks off, whatever you want to do. And everything went to shit because everything woke turns to shit. So that's what happened. It's a damn shame. Like the fucking Westworld season 1, the soundtrack for that is so good. It's one of the best television soundtracks ever. I always mispronounce his name, but Rami Dewaldi, the guy who did Game of Thrones. It's so fucking good. And it's you got to try hard to be that good and that bad. But I have learned a lot since then, and I learned what happened. Jonathan Nolan, Christopher Nolan's brother, largely wrote the first season, right? And then handed it off to his wife, Lisa Joy, feminist. And it went shit. And if you go down and look at who wrote the episodes, Nolan writes fewer and fewer episodes. Lisa writes more until she doesn't write any more episodes, and it's just a bunch of nobodies writing it. Brubaker wrote an episode for season 1. Great comic book writer. It was a good episode. But they largely abandoned it. And now they fucked off to Amazon or something like that. So they're not even into the show anymore. But yeah, dude, I was like so into Westworld. So yeah, I went from I wasn't going to review or watch Kenobi. Then I did a poll. I did 2 just to make sure. And you guys said I should, so I did. And I think it was important that I watched it, but I mean, it's important for me to tell you that like, it's not like when I watch a Marvel show and I see them fucking up like Loki or Hawkeye, like I love those characters in the comic books. And I like the MCU versions too. When I see them fucking up Steve Rogers or Tony Stark or Vision or Wanda, or Doctor Strange, I love these characters. I like the people who play them. I hate seeing this. When I watch Disney Star Wars, I don't like Ewan McGregor going back to Birds of Prey. Fuck that guy. I don't like Disney Star Wars. I don't like Star Wars. It's poisoned my love for it. I have no feelings towards the franchise of Star Wars anymore. Something I grew up loving my entire life. None whatsoever. It has been severed since The Last Jedi, and that has not changed. And I doubt it will. And I'm fine. I've made my peace with it. So I'll watch it as an observer, as a critic. And you know what? If they do something right, I'll say they did something right. Can't say they've done a bunch right. I think the one scene that everybody hates that I thought had potential, I'm not saying it was good. Be very clear here. I'm not saying it's good, but it had potential, was the grimness of having all the execution was goofy as fuck. But if they had proof that they had slaughtered a bunch of Jedis and the Inquisitors were actually formidable, I think that would be kind of badass. That's the kind of shit we're looking for in Star Wars. We're looking for a little more dark side shit. When we see Vader, we want to see him be fucking Vader, right? Disney's not even capable. They're not even, they cannot make Star Wars. They are incapable of it. Kathleen Kennedy was never connected to the organization. She was a friend of a friend. She knew George, but she never worked with him very much. Just because she produced some Indiana Jones films, so she got some people some fucking coffee. All of a sudden, it's like, you can run Star Wars. And hey, I thought she was a great. Listen, I used to revere the woman because her name was on all the shit I loved when I was a kid. Frank Marshall, Kathleen Kennedy, George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, John Dykstra. We knew their names. They were rock stars to us. Oh, we were wrong about Kathleen Kennedy. Really, really wrong. Charlie Guthridge for $50 on the donation side, circumventing Mama Susan. By the way, TM, it's a Gundam on Mama Susan. I use that all the time, but that's like his saying. Hail, it's a Gundam, by the way. Love that guy. 1 year from now, it has to be my NDA is over stream, says Charlie Guthridge. Thank you. And I will say this. It's not an NDA. It's not an NDA. It's some people have reached out to me in good faith and told me unsolicited a bunch of stuff because they wanted to talk about it. And I think they're kind of working out on whether they're going to talk about it in the media. I am pushing for that. That is the outcome. I don't want you to hear it from me. I want you to hear it from them, because I think it would have far more impact, because there are people within these organizations that don't like what's going on, didn't understand it when they took on the job, understand it now. And what they did was the homework, right? And that I respect. I at least respect. I will always have a conversation with somebody. I think we can always find common ground, especially when there's no like preconceived hate. It's none for me. And after talking to these people, I know it feels it's not going to change my opinion on anything, but I know that they seem like they're genuine and they want things to change. But as I said, I can talk to more of you, but like as far as changing the industry from within, they have far more power, tons of power, more than I think they believe they have. And the one thing that was noticeable was that when I said that, like, they're not hiring directors and writers, they're casting people. They're casting people, which means that, oh, well, we've got an Asian American writing this Asian American story, when it's really just Kevin Feige writing the fucking story and he's using that person's name. That's what's happening. You guys know that. You all know that. But it's like, it is actually happening. Like Kevin Feige ain't listening to any of these people he's hiring. That's why I use the word cast, because they're there to play a role that they're not taking part in at all creatively. I mean, I think that would make a difference, because if you actually believed in that shit that you said you believed in, then you would let the people do the work. And some of them, not all, but some of them would probably do some decent stuff with these superheroes, but they're not allowed to, which is hilarious. I mean, it's bad, but it's also hilarious that the people of color that are being hired aren't allowed to properly make the superhero that they want to make. Oh, and then you see the little simps, the corporate simps out there going, yeah, just does them tomorrow because you're racist and white supremacist. And they're just like this giant open mouth, kind of like in Pink Floyd The Wall, with like shit, throwing shit in the mouth that's just open. That's them. CL. Oh, it's Charlie Guthridge again, but spelled differently this time. Trying to confuse me, Charlie, which is really easy to do, to be honest with you. All you have to do is like Flash a light in my face. What's your code word to employees for potential shoplifters? Ours was it's getting swift in here. What was our code word? I don't know if Doug is in the chat. He had one. I can't remember it. But when we were at the warehouse, there was Doug, my manager, my good friend, Doug Johnson. Well, he'd always say like, customer needs help on the floor. Customer needs help. And then we'd know that like somebody's stealing something. And then we'd just be on them going, how can I help you, sir? Is there anything I can help you with, sir? Is there anything I can help you with, sir? Or ma'am? But see, I was sly. I bought stuff. I would buy stuff. Stealing's bad. Stealing's bad. Jay Schwalbach for, by the way, thank you for the $100. Charlie Guthridge. Jay Schwalbach for $78.21. Very specific. Thank you. What about I'll shave my balls for 10,000 coffee orders? Mrs. Nerdrotic should do it like one of those dildo or penis videos that are allowed on YouTube. You know, you put up a sheet, lean over tables, and she goes at it. Okay, make it to 20,000 orders. Hail. Well, she would be the only person allowed, that's for sure. Because she's the only person I trust with like metal down there. You guys know how it is. Girls, see, the ladies don't understand this. Anything potentially hazardous gets anywhere near our balls, we jerk. And you could get hurt. I'm just saying. And it's not, it's a natural reaction. Abomination AJ for $10 says meetup was wild. Great. Oh, hang on. Before I get back to that, please order Geek Grind Coffee. I'm not gonna shave my beard. I trimmed it. But no. Meetup was great. People had a great time. Hashtag not my light year. The people in control of our beloved properties don't know or care about them and bank on potential customers doing the same. Check out my channel explaining how they dropped the ball with Buzz. Says Abomination AJ. So it's Abomination AJ on YouTube. Yeah, I like Toy Story. I do. My kids grew up watching it. My kids had a Buzz Lightyear toy. It's I still have them. I still have all of them somewhere around here that they I don't throw toys away. They're in a box somewhere. But with Buzz Lightyear, they didn't bring in I guess they're doing a Santa Claus show on D Plus now with Tim Allen. Probably because they felt like, they're being called out. Disney will very subtly try to unwoke itself. Good luck, Disney. Good luck. You went too far. You got involved in personal politics. And DeSantis said it best. Whether you like the guy or not, you cannot disagree. Like, there is a California company trying to influence the laws of another state. And if you're not from this country, it depends on where you're from, but like our country is governed state by state for the most part. It's gotten worse. I wish it was a little more state by state than it is now. I do not like centralized government at all. But yeah, a California company influencing a state on anything, especially when they want 5-year-olds taught basically sex ed. And that's what we're talking about here. That whole fucking thing was, let's not teach them sex ed of any kind until a 5th grade, 6th grade, when they start hitting puberty, when those questions are starting to come up, certainly. And let's stick to the clinical, not the theoretical, if you know what I'm saying. So, or just get your kid out of public school at this point. Because unless you're in a deep red state, your kid is being taught some crazy fucking shit by a 22-year-old just out of the universe who just wants to be in school the rest of their lives because that's the only place they find power. And it's starting to look like all our teachers are just insecure psychopaths. And if teachers have a problem with that, well, bust your fucking union because it ain't doing you any good. If you're a good teacher out there, the union isn't helping you anymore. It never has, by the way. They protect pedos. Any union that protects pedos needs to be destroyed and the pedos to the wall. I think it's best we just pretend Disney never bought Star Wars. That's probably the best way to go. What from the OT hasn't been violated? Han, Luke, Leia, Ben Kenobi, the Hutts, the Kessel Run, Boba Fett, Darth Vader, the Emperor, the Empire itself. This is a very good point. What hasn't been hurt by the mouse? Trying to think. It's all been pretty much hurt. Even the stuff they created, like Baby Yoda, got fucked up, which is just a derivative character. Natara, is it Nate? Oh, sorry, I'm an idiot. Nate Rivers. I'm like looking at it as one word. For $25. Great point. Thank you very much. I'm doing double live stream duty tomorrow. So I'm going to take off here in a couple minutes because I got to record a video. But I'm going to be on the Real BBC with my good friend Az, who I think is mad at me right now. Deservedly so. Because we mentioned Drinker and not him at the panel. I meant to. God, I had up my notes too. I meant to mention Chrissy, and I just didn't get around to it. I suck. But he was missed at the meetup, my good friend Az, and so was Chrissy, and so was X-Ray Girl, and so was Perry. We're gonna try real hard to get everybody out so you can meet them, or we'll go to them, whatever we can do to make it easier for you guys. Because I love these things. So I'll be on the Real BBC with Az on Heel versus Babyface at 12 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow. Then I will be on for about an hour and a half. I'll be on Tuesday night main event. We're going to kind of do a wrap up of Friday Night Tights panel and the meetup. Now that I'm back, I can go over like the pictures and stuff, and I'll throw more up. I'm really terrible because I'm just engaged with you guys, so I'm not going to like I forget the live stream. I forget to take pictures. I didn't take a single fucking picture. My wife did, thank God. And she got a bunch of videos, so we're going to put that together and put it on Nerdrotic Daily. Then I'm going to be on the Critical Drink. Well, of course, Wednesday nooner, Critical Drinker. I'm going to be on Open Bar on Thursday, and then he's going to be on Friday Night Tights. So it's going to be a hell of a week of streaming for you guys. Are you not entertained? I hope you will be. Wow. Qui-Gon for 100. This is Indian pesos. Fan from India. Hail. Ryan needs to sacrifice 40 buffaloes on a full moon night to get rid of the food order screw-ups. I agree. 40 buffalo on a full moon. And then Eric July will cook them up, and Eric July will eat it all in one sitting. Scully for $20. Hi, guys. I missed all of you at MegaCon besides Drunk and Simcast ladies, mostly because I didn't know where you guys were. You guys were at the City Walk when it started to rain, but I'm definitely gonna be there October. Excellent. We'll be indoors. We got a place, or Jeremy got a place. We got a place. More info on that possibly on Tuesday night main event. 3 Beer Thunder for $49.99. Gary, it's 3 Beer. Oh, I read this one already. Yeah. Okay. God dang it. Hang on. I got to go over here. I'm in the wrong place. I'm in the wrong place again. John, oh yeah. God, I didn't even talk about that. Oh. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. Game of Thrones is going to be a Jon Snow spinoff, which is essentially season 9. Okay. It's going to be season 9. So are you going to bring back Sansa? I mean, Arya are you going to bring back Arya? Tyrion? They're all alive. The Drogon? Bran? They're all there. What is it going to be? Jon Snow and Tormund? CSI Westeros? What the fuck is it going to be? I think they're running it up the flagpole to see who will salute, and it depends on the House of the Dragon success, which I still maintain will probably be a better show than Rings of Power, but that's not saying much. That's not saying much. That's like saying like a Whopper is better than a Big Mac. I guess that's a bad analogy because some people might like those, but I don't very much. Kelly Johnson, yes, Jon Snow spinoff, true or just try for attention? I think it's try for attention because you notice they did not announce showrunners, producers, or mention if George R. R. Martin was part of it. But as I said, there's your season 8 petition winning. And they can fix the show. I mean, you might as well just call it Game of Thrones and continue it. And you could bring the Night King back and like he didn't get defeated there. Like he got defeated, you know, he just went and gathered his forces. I mean, okay. Anything's possible. Do Dan and Dave come back? No, of course not. I haven't watched Kenobi, but my guess is Vader pulling ships out of the sky was stolen from the Force Unleashed games. That would be my guess too. I mean, like, but again, Luke took one down in Dark Empire. It says Black Tailgate for $5. There you go. It's a good guess. Games. I'm retarded when it comes to games. I mean, aside from the normal daily day-to-day retarded that I am. Jose Atmosphere for $4.99. Got an email work. I'm doing my comic, The Privateer. Friends been at me for years. My wife, FNT, and Ripa have lit the fuse. Oh, that's good. Hail to the fellowship. Yes. Thank you. If it inspires you. I got to see some Ripaverse. I ain't saying shit. I got to see it though. It's legit. Legit. Coming soon. It's coming soon. And I told Eric, like, whatever that day is, you know, we'll get him on Friday Night Tights and Real BBC. Eddie Rodriguez for $10 says, it's funny, the show that a Pakistani family is the focus and is being praised for says Pakistani values are totally contrarian to secular leftist values. Very mixed messaging. Yeah, it really is. And there's a reason for that I cannot say right now. Peter Davison for 40 Australian dollars. It's nice to catch up with you too. And thank you for the cricket bat. It's fucking awesome. It's a weapon I can use. I'm allowed to use. I'll knock some motherfucker's head off with that. It comes to my house. Gary, my coworker is Pakistani and she thinks that Miss Marvel sucks and is a waste, says Emperor Bill Ritchie for $4.99. Yeah. Because I imagine Pakistani individuals want to see good characters like everybody else because they're individuals. They're not totally defined by being Pakistani or who they love. Or it's a trait, And it's, it's important, but it's not the definition. It's the sum of all your parts. Hi, Gary. Been watching Buffy all the way through for the first time and loving it. Oh, that's awesome. Weston 487 for $10. What's your favorite season? I'm finishing the 3rd season now. Much love. Man, I'm glad to be a part of this fellowship. Oh, it's tough between Buffy. We're talking about Buffy now. 3 and 4 are my favorite. I kind of dip in between 3 and 4. Angel, season 5. Best last season of a TV show probably ever. One of the best finales of a TV show ever. Right up there with Newhart and MASH. But yeah, I mean, put a gun to my head. 3. I've changed my mind on that so many times, though. Armando 94 for $19.99. Damn. The one time I'm going to miss Anime Matsuri. Hope to catch y'all next year. I should be there next year. Also, I'm pretty sure I ran into Tug while he was there live streaming, but was too buzzed and shy to say hi. Oh, well, don't be shy. Like, I could say that for all of us. Like, if you see us, don't be shy. Come on by. Well, I can't speak for Nick. Nick will probably be a dick to you, but that's kind of on brand for him. I'm just kidding. Nick's a good guy. No, don't be shy. Come by and say hi to us. Please, please, please. We are just people. We are not celebrities or influencers. We're just schmucks. We are just schmucks. All right, I got to wrap it up there. I'm sorry, guys. Lots of work to do. Pulling the ship was a reference to Star Tours ride. Was it? Yeah, I guess. God, it's been so long since that. And that's from Grimmin Politicon for $2. I'm trying to remember. Is it the original ride? God, I've been so long since I've been on that ride. But there is, yeah. Except he doesn't pull the ship down, does he? Star Tours is such a great ride. I like the original, the OG one. I wonder if they're going to bring that back because they're putting Darth Vader in not Fantasyland. It's not in Galaxy's Edge. They're putting him in Tomorrowland, but that's where Star Tours is, so it makes sense. Star Tours is a great ride. Great ride. I remember Captain EO. Anybody been to Disneyland? Captain EO? That was pretty cool. Yeah. Indiana Jones ride is the best ride. Well, I mean, Pirates of the Caribbean before they PC'd it up was the best ride. Then Indiana Jones, I think it's the Haunted Mansion now because they haven't fucked with that one that much. The Haunted Mansion is just great. But I'll never set foot in Disneyland again. Fuck them. So yeah, you might be right. By the way, after going to Galaxy's Edge, it made me appreciate Star Trek, the experience in Las Vegas so much more because it was so much better. So much better. It's too bad that's gone. But you're probably right, Graham. All right. So thanks, everyone. Thanks to all the Modrotics. Thanks to everyone who left super chat and donation. I appreciate all of you. You help keep the lights on. Thanks to everyone who went to the meetup. It was a great time. We're not done talking about it. We'll probably show a lot more pictures and stuff next live stream. This was just impromptu because I felt like I needed to talk to you when I saw this fucking Lord of the Rings thing. I'm like, but I also wanted to bring up, like, when they are trying to silence us, they're really trying to silence you. They really, and when I mean they, I'm talking specifically about content creators on this platform who have been on for 6 months and think they're entitled to a big crowd because they talk about or they love the Marvel stuff. And if you love it, I don't care. I mean, I've never cared. I've never cared. I've never cared that you come after me personally. But like when they're trying to silence you guys, that's when I start to care. That's when I start to care. So you see these frauds come out, you know, when we get a panel. Who's bitching about it? Content creators. And it's the same fucking ones every time. Same guys who were bitching about Alex Jones. Same guys who were bitching about fucking Snyder and his dumbass. You know, it's the same motherfuckers, and it's content creators. And like, flip that envy around into inspiration or live your miserable life. It's up to you. Life is full of choices. You get to make them. And again, I'm talking about the content creators. Usually the problem is right there where I said it was from the beginning, in the mirror. Take responsibility, personal responsibility. You know, I know it's like really kind of a taboo subject to take personal responsibility these days among certain types of people. But you eventually have to, or your life will suck. Totally up to you. Totally up to you. So thanks for watching, and I love you guys. And they can't keep you down. There's no way. Like I said, YouTube is fine with my channel. They're fine with Geeks and Gamers. If they weren't, believe me, we'd be gone already. For now. But if something happens, there will be 10 of you to take our place. And that's good. That's a good thing. So the more, the merrier. I highly recommend, as a hobby, take on YouTube. It's fun. Or Twitch or wherever you want to go. You know. Thank you once again to the Nerdrotics. Thanks to Quarter Black, Garrett, and Perry, and X-Ray Girl. Best staff on the fucking planet. And I'll see you tomorrow on 2 live streams. Alrighty. And yeah, I'm going to start working on a Lord of the Rings video. So, ciao, everyone. What will we end with here? Oh, that'll work.
God damn, Gary. Some serious gourmet shit. What flavor is this?
That's right, it's the all-hell medium roast private blend. Check out the Geek Grind Coffee Nerdrotic page for our other options like the Decadent, Feathers of Liberty, vanilla-infused flavored coffee. Or if you're looking for something darker, try the Dark Roast FNT blend of the Fellowship. You know what? Just buy all 3. GeekGrindCoffee.com. Use discount code Nerdrotic. Huzzah!
Nerdrotic.com.